They vandalised MPs' offices and carried out vulgar attacks. Groups linked to the left and the Civic Coalition have targeted the Polish People's Party, PSL. As we know, the most important values for the PSL are seats, so there is a simple way to restore the PSL's vote together with the governing coalition. One wrong vote, they lose one deputy minister, one director of some fund, one agency. After 3, they will straighten themselves out, I assure you, Mr. Prime Minister. In Parliament, Marta Lempart and a clear message. Not a word to condemn such behaviour. Not a word of support for PSL either. The left and the Civic Coalition are very lenient towards Marta Lempart. What do you think? Happenings. Well, artists can do all sorts of things, but they shouldn't do it in the Parliament. Thank you very much. And do you agree with these slogans or not really? To call Lampart an artist is an exaggeration, but when it comes to humiliating Kozyniak-Kamysz, anything goes. Miss Marta Lempart is an activist. Her actions are known. They are mostly effective. She also has her own style of action, which is of an activist nature. She obviously supports solutions that are supported by the left. Do you subscribe to this slogan she has announced? We subscribe to what we are going to say today, together with the woman in front of Parliament. A closer coalition partner of the PSL, Third Way, Poland 2050, defends Kozyniak-Kamysz on the one hand. It's good that such people often stand for election, but Mrs. Marta never got anywhere, and I think she won't. But on the other hand, they mock him too. I will put it this way, don't mess with Vladek. The leader of the People's Party is not laughing. Tolerance, freedom, understanding other people's views. I think these are slogans very close to the left, but they cannot be interpreted in a one-sided way. If you have my views, everyone should agree with them. If you have other views, you have no right to have them. I disagree with such one-directional tolerance. In the parliamentary corridors of the Polish People's Party, MPs are growing increasingly tired of being ridiculed by the other coalition partners. Hence the idea proposed by Przemysław Wipler of the Confederation that the PSL should form its own government. It would certainly be a better government than the government in which Donald Tusk is Prime Minister and in which there are radical leftist politicians in the government. It would be a much better government. It would certainly win a constructive vote of no confidence, and then we would have a normal democracy in which every vote, every action, every personnel decision, every law would have to win a majority for these actions, which might be easier than some people think. Law and Justice does not rule out supporting such a solution. If there is a chance that this bad government will end, we are of course in favour of such a solution, so that those who govern badly will be removed from office. I have always believed that it is in the interests of the PSL to form a parliamentary majority with Law and Justice, but it is clear that there is a willing subservience to Donald Tusk, which saddens me deeply. We can see this subservience clearly. Kozyniak-Kamysz does not want to be Prime Minister and decide the fate of Poland. He prefers to be under Tusk's boot and does not even think about his own government. The Confederation is proposing a new government led by the PSL. How do you support this idea? We're in the coalition that we agreed on. That is what the vote is decided. That is what we clearly stated before the election. So our position here is clear. And voters are increasingly aware that the Third Way has turned into a third leg. For example, the health levy before the local government elections. The issue of the health levy is whether or not to be in a coalition. Our position is very firm and very clear. Not so firm today. We are not going to take the risk that another coalition might emerge. Then it will succeed or not. In this coalition, it will work. At this point, one thing has certainly succeeded. Tusk has marginalised his coalition partners. Adrian Borecki, TV Republica.